ng response ni Secretary Mike. I have requested for this briefing in the sense that I really want to know which area our office can be of help. Alam natin na napakadaming kailangang gawin as far as the anti-drug abuse campaign is concerned. And gusto naming malaman kung saan kami pwedeng pumasok. Nagpapasalamat po kami sa efforts na binigay na sa kampanyang ito ng iba't ibang ahensya. Pinapakinggan ko kanina yung mga presentations. Marami nang nagawa pero we have to admit na marami pang kailangan gawin. We have also made prior engagements already. We had a meeting with DOH. Humingi din kami ng paunang salita, paunang briefing. And I think it was DOH told us of the 700,000 surrenderies. Pero yung 700,000 surrenderies, about 10% only, o 70,000, yung nangangailangang ipasok sa rehabilitation centers. And the rest, kanina sabi ni Yusek, a small percentage of that kailangan i-commit sa mental institutions. But the larger part of it actually need community rehab. Napakaganda po ng presentation ng Cluster 2 in the sense na very comprehensive siya. Yung akin lang comment, there are already existing models which we can use. Mahirap kasi parang mag-uumpisa tayo sa umpisa. Kasi naghahabol tayo. Parang yung 700,000 nandyan bago nagkaroon ng programa. Not the other way around. So we don't have really the luxury of time. Kaya kailangan na talaga siyang pagtulong-tulungan. And I am glad that UBAS is involved in the sense that siguro alam naman ng mga taga-DILG, UBAS was actually started when my husband was DILG secretary. And the concept of UBAS was really a take-off from the very strong church community government partnership in Naga. Gawin dun sa mga nakakulong because of drugs. I visited the Women's Correctional here in Quezon City, and about 70% of all the, grabe yung congestion pero about 70% of all the detainees are there because of drugs. So yung tanong ko doon, ano ba yung programa nyo aside from them serving their sentence or aside from them waiting for their cases to be finalized sa courts? Ano yung ginagawa na rehabilitation inside? Yung sagot sa akin, wala. So baka pwede natin silang isama sa programa. Kasi sabihin natin na convict sila, nakaserve sila ng sentence, paglabas nila, ganun pa din yun. Kasi hindi naman nagkaroon ng treatment, hindi naman nagkaroon ng rehabilitation. So pagbalik nila sa society, hindi sila ready i-integrate. Hindi naman pwedeng i-keep natin sila forever doon kasi grabe nga yung jail congestion. So yung sa akin lang, after they have served their sentences, if there is no intervention, ganun din yun. I noticed that we don't have a direct program for CICLs. Parang they are integrated into a general program. Na yung worry ko lang, kung yung CICL nga matagal ng programa ng gobyerno, wala pa din tayong strategic program for their rehabilitation and reintegration. Baka yung sa drugs ganun din. In the sense na tingin ko kasi hindi sila pwedeng i-lump lang dun sa general program ng AIX, ng Cash for Work, ng ano. Kasi I don't think it will help them para malampasan yung kanilang addiction. I think it has to be something more strategic and something more parang direct, yung maging direct yung intervention specifically for drug dependence. Yung suggestion ko lang, halimbawa meron tayong Cash for Work, SLP, AIX for drug dependence, mas ano siya, mas pointed. Pag sinabi mo mas pointed, hindi siya pareho nung iba na tinulungan mo lang na may pang-araw-araw siya. Pero mas programmatic siya na papunta sa makakatulong talaga sa kanya na malampasan yung drug addiction. ako, I think kailangan na natin pagtulungan ito lahat. Hindi biro yung problema, but we want to make a point na rehabilitation is the way to go. Kung tanong, nasaan yung 700,000 na yun? Gusto kong sabihin, geographically nasan sila? Kasi yung isa nating pwedeng gawin, of course, the plans are there. But we do admit na it will take a while. Diba? It will take a while for us to operationalize those plans. So yung tanong ko lang, kung meron ngayong mga nagvo-volunteer ng tulong, hindi ba natin pwedeng umpisahan na while ino-operationalize yung lahat? Hindi ba natin pwedeng gawin na halimbawa yung OVP tutulong, nasaan kaya naming 5 lugar? Alin bang 5 lugar yung pwede nyong i-assign sa amin na pwede na kaming tumulong to operationalize that while inaayos pa yung proseso? Halimbawa yung San Miguel nag-o-offer, halimbawa si Andrew Tan na-mention yata ni Yusek si Mr. Andrew Tan, si Kevin. Kung may mga ino-offer na ganito, bakit hindi na tayo mag-pool ng ating resources para maumpisahan na kaagad? Kasi yung sa akin lang, ang worry ko, baka magningas ko gun. Gusto sabihin, totoong may 700,000 surrenderies tayo, pero that should not be treated as an accomplishment. Diba? Kasi it is just a means to reach a target. Yung pinaka-target natin, maalis na talaga sila sa addiction. And we all know na yung pag-surrender would not solve it. The surrender is just step 1 of the process. So baka yung pwedeng gawin, pagtulong-tulungan natin, sino ba yung mga handa ng mag-umpisa, mag-assign na tayo ng, yun lang yung, ang gusto ko sabihin, of course, without prejudice to the institutionalization of the program. What I'm just saying is the program is very good, pero baka pwedeng at this point, may umpisahan na tayo.
Ano ba yung properties na, government properties na available for housing? Kasi yung inventory ng informal sector families. So, inventory din, lahat na nangangailangan ng housing. Parang hindi siya available as one data. Available siya sa iba-ibang agencies, available siya sa iba-ibang LGUs. So, yung pinaka-trust ngayon, pag-isahin lahat yun, tapos dapat yung policy, meron isa.
Yung latest na meron kayo?
2011 pa.
Pero that's a time of B9 na rin.
Oo, 2011. Yung pinaka-latest na data, walang data ng government properties available. Pero yung pinaka-latest na data ng NHA, ng informal sector families, yun yung 1.4 million. Tapos all the rest are just estimates. Yung present ko kanina na 5.6 million, that's just the estimate of the number of the backlog as of end of 2016. And that estimate was made after the housing summit conducted. Yun yung sinasabi ni Senator JB, that last year they had the housing summit and it lasted for 9 months. Maganda yung product ng housing summit. It's actually what we have right now. Pati yung recommendations on how to move forward, nandun yun. And sabi ko sa office, ay kung yun yung available, yun na muna yung gamitin namin ngayon. But we really need the hard data on ano yung properties na available. Kasi paano kami makakaplano kung wala kaming idea. Last year, si Executive Secretary Pacquiao Ochoa issued a memorandum circular requiring all government agencies to submit under yung kanya-kanya respective inventory of government housing. Pero kung konti lang yung nag-comply.
How did the administration of BTP na work on it kung walang data?
Actually, hindi, wala akong idea kung paano, pero there was no comprehensive roadmap. Yung pinaka-roadmap now is the product of the housing summit.
Ma'am, do you think we can achieve yung sa backlog considering na binabaan yung budget natin for 2017?
Actually, we we had several meetings already with DBM. Kasi parang yung DBM naman kasi meron siyang parang formula na yung absorptive capacity ng agencies, kung hindi mo na-utilize ng maayos yung dati, syempre bababaan yung budget mo. But SHAFC was able to present already yesterday with DBM, and DBM promised to look into it. Yung sa akin naman, while kailangan natin na malaking pondo, I think at this time, mas mahalaga munang ayusin natin yung sistema. Kasi maraming, ang gusto ko sabihin, based on sa aking mga pag-ikot, marami ding pondo na parang hindi din na maximize to its.
Ano pong sabi ng DBM doon naman po sa project ng private sector na 25 million for you to really use yung results?
Parang ang sabi ng DBM, they were working on it already. Yung problema lang nila, hindi sila nga maka-release kasi 7 million yung alam nila, 25 million na yung sinisingil. Merong basis yung 25 million, pero they promised to look into it as working. And how department is not working kasi unang-una, we have a 5.6 million backlog. Gusto sabihin, hindi nag-work yung ating housing direction, housing program. And one of the reasons really is it has not been able to function really well because it doesn't have enough mandate to streamline. Look at the structure. Supposedly, 6 key shelter agencies are under HUD-C. Pero if you look at the mandate of HUD-C, it doesn't really have the streamlining the agencies. Parang ng mga agencies, pero pag may gusto do that. With a Department of Housing, hopefully that can be remedied. So, gusto na namin also swamped with so much, di ba? Yung key shelter agencies, wala pang appointments, wala siyang heads. So, talagang sa staff, hindi kailangan may gawin na kami. So, actually, my days now are filled with mostly housing. Kasi dun surmountable. Pero, malaki yung suporta ni Presidente. In fact, we discussed it during one cabinet meeting. I brought to his attention the ills of and the DBM secretary also expressed na masusuportahan ito ng budget. With this kind of support, we have our committee very supportive. I think the House also is. I haven't housing it, but I met with Congressman Albi Benitez already, who is chairman of housing. Ano naman to? I think everything will fall into place. Last question.
Last question.
Pero ba nakakahinayang, ma'am, yung na-cancel yung meeting ni President Obama?
Siyempre nakakahinayang. I think mahahanapan naman to repair whatever damage there is.
Dapat magiging cautious ang Pangulo sa
Lahat tayo.